So we've just done 3 different derivatives. 1, 2, 3. Nice and easy, straightforward, like for like, no problems there. Now if you get this situation, this, a variable here, Mark, a variable here is multiplying this. It's a product, the answer is a product.
Yeah.
So we use something called the product rule. We can't do it the way we did this, we've got to do another process. So we're going to use the product rule to solve this. And the product rule is, let's write it down. So if y equals uv, so u times v, so something times something, you listening? So something times something, then the dy dx would be u dv dx plus v du dx. Right, what does that mean? What does all that mean? Let's have a look.
One product times the chain.
Wash my lip, man.
I'll go through it and we'll get it. So, you listening? Okay, so what we say is we decide that this one of them will be the u term and one of them will be the v term. Doesn't matter which one, you can decide it any way you want because a times b is always the same as b times a in maths. Okay, so we're just doing a multiply. We're going to do something shortly called the quotient rule, which is when you've got to divide. U divide by v, and that does matter which way around you do it for the formula. So we'll decide that's that and that's that, u and v. Okay, so what that means in terms of our formula is the u here means it's just u there, x squared as it comes. That's all it means. This one, dv dx, is the derivative of this. It's easy, cos x. Okay, because I've started with an easy one. Plus, so there's a plus sign in there. So we're working from left to right, straightforward. Then we've got v as it comes. So we've got sin x. And then we've got the derivative of u. So du dx. That sign all means derivative. Find the derivative, doesn't it? So let's have a look. So dy dx equals, so u as it comes, x squared. Okay, straightforward. Times the derivative of this. Derivative of sin x. Shout it out. Derivative of sin x. Cos x. Moving from left to right with our rule. Plus. Yep. V as it comes. So that's v. So it's sin x. Times du dx. So the derivative of x squared.
Isn't it u first?
U is there. And then that's the derivative of v. And then it's v.
Oh, okay.
First. It actually wouldn't matter if you swap them around the other way. This is a times b scenario. And then we've got the derivative of du dx. So the derivative of x squared is 2x, yeah. Okay, we might want to tidy it up a little bit, bring this 2 to the front of here. So we like to have the coefficients at the front. You might want to bring the x with it as well. This is okay. We tend to put things in a certain order, and they don't change anything. It's just like a grammar of maths, you could say. But we tend to put numbers, coefficients out front, and we tend to put sign trig functions towards the back end of the line of the formula. Okay. If we had a minus sign here, we'd swap these 2 terms around, get the minus in the middle. We'll see that though in a bit. Okay. Easy enough? I hope it is. I hope it is. When we do the quotient rule, that's similar to this, just a little bit more tricky, and that just shows you how easy this is. Okay, so let's have another look. Let's have a look at another one. Let's go with, keep it simple, y equals 2x to the 3 cosine 2x. That one. So we've got, look for the x terms. They're the ones that count. If it hasn't got an x there, if you haven't got an x multiplying another x in effect, then it's just a coefficient and you just treat it like you did with the sum rule. So we'll say this is u and we'll say this is our v. So we've got u as it comes. Yeah? U as it comes. So
2x3. Oh no, just x.
it's just as it comes, so it's just 2x3, yeah? And then cosine 2x.
So it's minus sine.
It is minus sine. What about this 2?
2x.
But
Doing the same.
cos.
Oh yeah, minus 2 sine 2x.
Yeah, you've got it. Right, a tip here. Right, if you look at that now, you know that there multiplies that. But if I go away and come back, it looks like it says 2x to the power 3 minus 2 sine. And it isn't, it's a multiply.
Yeah.
So when you get a minus sign out front of anything that's in a multiply, not an add, not an addition, put it in brackets.
So that'd be minus 4 cos then, and then 2x.
If you start tidying it up, yeah, you can tidy that up. You can't do anything with this because it's inside a function. So when you've got a minus sign in the middle of something that's multiplying something, always put it into brackets to show that, to make that distinction that it's multiplying it. For clarity, so it keeps it clear what you're doing. And then we've got a plus sign. Then we've got v as it comes. So what's v as it comes?
Cos 2x.
Cos 2x, yeah.
6x squared.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. So du dx is that bit, yeah. You rightly said 6x squared. Now that is finished, that works. That will give us the gradient at any point. If we plotted this and we want to find the gradient at any point along this shape, that would give us the answer. But as I said about grammar rules in maths, we want to tidy it up a little bit. It's in your interest to tidy it up anyway, because if you're finding this and putting it in your calculator, it's easier when you tidy it up. Simplify it, it's probably a better way of putting it. Simplifying is something you should always do. Tidying it up, when I say about grammar, is advisable, makes it look a bit better, but definitely simplify it. So we can simplify this, somebody's already said, this 2 will multiply into this 2 here. So we get, I'm going to do it in steps, so we get minus 4, I'm going to forget about the x to the 3, and then we've got sine 2x. Now I can get rid of that bracket counter because I've used the minus, moved the minus sign out front. So it's less confusing. Plus, again, move this to the front.
So there's 2 near the sign. With that 2.
Are you listening there?
Yep. Oh.
Okay, is there anything else that's a good idea to do on that? I just made a suggestion about 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. When you've got a minus sign out front, it gets a bit messy.
Put it in brackets.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not confusing because it's not multiplying anything. It is actually a minus. Subtract this from this. Oh, that's minus and add that to it. Swap them around.
Where did your square go from the 6x?
I forgot about it. It's a new way of doing maths, or doing it wrong. Okay. Yeah. So quite correctly, there should be a square there that I forgot about. Swap these 2 around because we get the minus sign in the middle, it looks better. That's all. It doesn't change your answer, and it's, if you were just doing the math straight away in your calculator, you wouldn't care anyway, you just get on with it. But if you want to leave it on a bit of paper for people to see, and I've done it, missed it again, you swap these 2 terms around, and you would end up with this. So totally, correct. And then you can put any value of x in, which should be radians, remember? Radians, and you would get an answer.